Should we start with our very first speaker? Ah, louder? Ah, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the energy. All right, fantastic. So let me bring to you a true powerhouse straight from Brazil coming to you to present for you today. She has founded multiple million-dollar companies in the e-commerce and affiliate space. She is probably the biggest, or at least one of the biggest affiliates in South America. She's a true powerhouse. I'm so happy to have you here on stage. This is Aline Couto. Applause! Let's do it!
Hi everyone, I'm very honored to be here today. I've been coming to this conference since 2016, and like a friend of mine told me yesterday, every time I come here I just go through an existential crisis afterwards and I just change everything. So I'm very happy to share some of my experience with you guys today. I've been doing this for 10 years, affiliate space, advertisement 15, and we've done a little bit of everything. So throughout these years, everything changed. You know, traffic sources change, the way you create video sales funnels change, and it's always going to change, but we're always going to be able to learn and adapt and thrive in whatever we're doing, as long as we know how to sell stuff online. So today I wanted to share with you guys my weird secret sauce to create winning offers for the past 10 years. But to explain how I got there, I need to show you a little bit of my background. So I started my first company when I was 21. It was an advertisement agency. But we went through the world crisis. It was very difficult to close contracts. So I thought, I need to learn SEO because I don't want to keep going after clients. I want them to come after me. So I left my agency, moved to São Paulo, got a job with the greatest SEO team in the country, and we started building up an online sex shop in Brazil, in e-commerce. In about 8 months, we were already crushing the rankings. We got like sex shop online. And I learned a lot. So I went back to the agency, changed the whole website, became obsessed with conversion rate optimization. And in about 3 months, we went from 0 quotes through the website to 300. Got exhausting. And that's when I became a conference junkie. So in the conferences, the SEO conferences, I saw a lot of friends making money with AdSense. So we thought, let's try it. We started building niche websites during the nights, and in about 6 months we closed the agency and we focused only on that. And then when we were doing that, we had over 50 niche websites that we optimized, and because of Google updates, our traffic started getting hurt, and then we thought we need new traffic sources. That's when Facebook came along. We started building fan bases with paid advertisement and promoting our content and also affiliate offers organically. That got me my first invitation to speak at the first affiliate Brazilian conference. And there we met people from ClickBank. I don't know if you guys know what ClickBank is, but it's one of the largest affiliate networks in the entire world. And they wanted to enter the Brazilian market, so they offered us the opportunity to license their top-selling offers to the Portuguese market, so we obviously said yes. Because of tabula regulations and Facebook regulations and everything, we decided to... It was very hard to sell that kind of formula, so we decided to create our own supplements and e-commerce offers so we would have more flexibility on the landing pages and everything else. That's when we opened our first logistics center in Brazil, Logmo, and we also own our own payment gateway because we want to have control over the whole checkout process. We partnered up with a CPA agency. 2020 pandemic, I had some free time, decided to start a business in the US. I started an e-commerce business. In 2021, when we saw that the supply chain was getting cracked, destroyed, we decided to buy some machinery from China, and we started our own print-on-delivery company in Brazil. And last year, I bootstrapped my third multi-million-dollar company, which is relevant because in Brazil, I have my Brazilian companies, I have a few. I have 2 partners and 4 employees, that's it. And the company in the US, I have 1 partner and 1 VA, that's it. So in this presentation, I'm going to share with you like a blueprint that I always use, especially when I feel like everything's a little shaky. I just read it and I get it back on again. So 4 factors to find winning products, 9 tips for creating ads that nobody can ignore, and 14 psychological triggers for a high converting landing page. So starting from the beginning, these guys, they taught me everything. So the ClickBank Rockstars, we got to work with Mike Carey and Joey Atlas and Wesley Virgin, and they're dinosaurs, they're monsters. And everything that they had in common, they had like very personal landing pages and ads, and like the whole sale was very personal. They brought themselves into the history. They all used hero story type of storytelling. They had tons of persuasion techniques in the landing page. They were very, very weird, and they were very relatable. These are some of the offers that were created after we stopped promoting the ClickBank products. And we have a small team, so we can't fail too much. And the way we managed to do it is because when we were doing the ClickBank offers, we sat down with these guys. We talked to them. They explained everything to us. So for you to understand how they do it and how we manage to do it, you need to understand 3 things. Our brain is divided in 3 parts. We have the reptilian, which is the autopilot. It's always on. We have the limbic system, where we process emotions, and we have the cortex, the logical brain that makes the decision. And we're always on autopilot. The other 2 parts of the brain are not always on. So unless we're pulled by pleasure or pushed by pain, our very strong default is just to ignore. And I found a book called Unleash Your Primal Brain by Tim Mash. I'm a big fan of his. I love his work. And he had this little sum, like, is it not dangerous? It's going to ignore it. Is it not exciting and new? It's just going to ignore it. Is it new or unexpected? It's going to stop, and it's going to activate other parts of the brain to try to process what it's looking at. So how do we hook the reptilian brain? So we activate it by taking the reptilian brain out of autopilot with emotions. So we try to create fear or desire or arousal, like basic human emotions. And how do we hook the reptilian brain? We usually start with something new or unexpected. We always speak to the pain, or we create a desire. We use words like you because the reptilian is very narcissistic. We show products from the customer perspective, again, because it's very narcissistic. We prove that why our product is the best. We usually do some PR to get some websites to talk about our product so we can show some references. We show relatable people using the product, like when we see a weight loss offer with this super hot model. People like me, I'm going to look at that, well, nice, she's cute, but we don't share the same genes. And make it visual. Avoid text. Nobody's reading essays on Facebook. The whole reptilian process, it starts actually on the product research. When I was talking about what I was talking before, I was not mentioning the ads. I mentioned everything. So when we find products, we already think about ad creatives. We already think, is it going to stand out? Can I target it? Do I have the targeting capability to find that audience? The next thing is the wow factor. The 10 brothers talked about this a lot, and I think it's a great name because we like it to stand out. It needs to be a little weird. It needs to have a different color or have a weird type of function. We love it. The last 2 are not as relevant. We usually try to solve a problem because people don't buy prevention, they buy solution, and something that can create an immediate benefit because it looks great on ads. We find products on Taobao, AliExpress, but I've always found very good products on Oberloo, and Neat Scraper, and AdSpy. One little tip: if your product is too normal, you can customize it. Like we change colors, we add some, I don't know, stuff to it, or you can customize like a custom packaging to make it stand out. I found this on a book that I was reading the other day. It's called 100 Million Offers, and this guy, he's like a big ClickBank guy as well. And that's the way he did a doodle on how he finds markets, how he picks markets, and I think it sums it up everything I'm trying to say. So he finds something that has a pain. He finds something that he can raise the average order value. How much can he raise it? How much can he sell it for? And can people buy it? Can the audience buy it? Products that are easy to target, like I said before, because of advertising. And fourth, is it broad enough that you can grow it, that you can scale it? Now we go to ad creatives. I'm sorry, guys, I have a lot of content, so I'm gonna go fast. For the ad creatives, I always start with like ugly and raw. We tried some big productions. The CPCs were too high. We didn't like it. We went back to raw. People are tired of ads. We never start ads with brands, with branding, like the brand on top. We never do that. It's always on the end of the video. Be different. If everybody's doing infomercials, do UGC. If everybody's doing UGC, do infomercials. Don't copy everybody. Try to stand out. Do weird ad formats. Don't just stick to the square and to the story mode. Attention spam. This is very important because it depends to who you're promoting things to. I'm a big boomer fan. I love promoting boomer products. So it's usually like over a minute, still fine. ClickBank videos were 59 minutes. I mean, it's fine. And but if you're targeting millennials, for example, you should have like top 1 minute. They don't have the patience for it. And if it's Gen Z, you might have 8 seconds, you know? Depends. And last, an ad should trigger curiosity. It shouldn't just make a sale, you know? People should be curious enough to go to your landing page to find more about it, not just with the intent of buying, because they won't. This is the video ad structure that we usually use. Sometimes I tweak it out a little bit, but the beginning is always the same. I always have first 5 seconds with hook, which is exaggerate pain or exaggerate like I create a big desire and the product in use, because my product is a little weird, so I get like a little weird angles of it in action. Nothing too obvious. I'm not trying to explain what it is. I'm just trying to trigger curiosity. Next, I just exaggerate the pain. I get whatever the day-to-day pain is, like the problems that they face, and I just put it all in the beginning of the video. Then I introduce the product, like being the solution. I use credibility, like I said. I do some PR. I get some websites to talk about my product, and I use their brand. Then I show like very briefly and very easily how to use it, like 1, 2, 3. Then I show the immediate benefit, and even if it's a sensation, I put somebody in a sunset, like doing this, I don't know, something that shows how the person is going to feel after. Some UGC, we've been doing this forever. It's very important, since ClickBank times actually, it's very important to have social proof. And a strong call to action, usually use it now, today, and arrows when you can. To buttons, because people don't really understand how ad works. Sometimes they don't know they need to click that button to see more. So you need to make it obvious. And guarantees if you have time. Some hook examples. I usually emphasize on the product weirdness. Weird video angles, something that people are not used to, not the straight kind of shot. Dark as well with flash, it works. Exaggerated reactions. I don't know if Timothy's here, but I've launched this print on delivery company, and it's very hard to make people click on it because it doesn't have a pain, it doesn't have a desire, it's different. And he showed me some ads that he was doing with people crying, and I thought, I'm going to try this because my CPC was around 3 to 4 reais, and I'm like, I need to try something. So I got people crying and I got people laughing in the beginning of the video, and I brought the CPC down to 10 cents. Split screen. I usually, sometimes I split the screen if the product has an immediate benefit. And unexpected associations. Our top selling product on ClickBank was a weight loss product. And the guy started the video with him in a trench in Afghanistan being shot. And he says, today I'm going to explain you how I survived being shot by AK-42s. It makes absolutely no sense, but I don't know, people are hooked to it. They want to pay attention. They engage to it. My thumbnails, again, product weirdness. I try to show like a weird angle. I use a lot of vectors, like around 60–70% of my thumbnails have images, like illustrations to it. Because everybody uses photos and videos on Facebook, so if you use a vector, you're just going to stand out. Resume the pain. If I have a product that I can in one image explain what it does, I try to take a picture of that. Subtitles with power words. I usually use subtitles with amazing, unbelievable, you, this is genius. And if your product needs a little bit of explanation, do some photo collage, make works. But what my technique is actually, I sit down, I create 25 thumbnails by Googling the search term, getting the related images, and I just put everything together. And then I put everything on a folder, like smaller, and whatever 5 ads stands out, I use them, and it usually works. Some extra tips, use non-professional videos, try to be short, try to be fast, emotional, and the key word to all of my ads is life-changing. Written in a fun and engaging way, use short sentences, write for a 10-year-old to understand. You never want to make your audience feel dumb with your weird words. And don't sell the positive outcome first, always starts with the pain. And so the end to this all, we activated, like we stopped the reptilian brain, we activated the emotional brain, and now we need to convince the logical one to make the purchase. So I'm obsessed with conversion rate optimization, like I said. And since the beginning, we use mental triggers to influence people to do things. I don't know if you ever heard about Robert Cialdini, he has a book on it. And it's just a very old concept that works wonders. And this is what we use for e-commerce. So we created a little baby of everything we've ever used in the past. A lot of clickbait kind of stuff in there as well. So we start like over there on top, like 95 people looking from the United States, like some social proof. Our headlines are usually very strong. I'm gonna give you an example. I had a dating program for women over 40. And I created the whole video of the sales process, so I had to create the angle. But I don't know how they're feeling. You know, I'm not over 40. And I used, my first angle was like, are you having trouble finding men? Are you feeling lonely? And blah, blah, blah. Didn't work. And then I spent like 2 weeks in the forum just reading their pains. And their pain was actually, they can find a man, easy. They can find 100 men in one night, easy. The problem is that they don't call you the next night or the other night. So I changed the angle to something like, how to make a man love you and only you forever, or 3 mistakes that you're making that drives men away. It was absolute winner. We made a lot of money with that angle. And products are the same thing. You need to capture what are they going to solve in a daily routine, what is going to change for their life, for their family, and we use that like an emotional headline. Then we have the offer name, some reviews, a resistible description explaining how this offer will reduce the pain or achieve the desire, and very important, and how much amount of time. And it can help with that list. It should be problems, not benefits. What problems are they going to solve? Then we have usually a GIF or a video of the product in use. Sometimes it's actually the ad, the best ad. Some reviews. And this button is an absolute winner. We got it from ClickBank. We've been using it since then. And some payment options, some guarantees, a safe trust, like a kind of sign, fast shipping. Like I said, the PR, I use the brand of the websites right there. Then I introduced the product with some logical benefits. I have pictures, like professional pictures taken from multiple angles. On that session, depending on what your product is, I didn't put it there, but you can use it. For us, it worked. If it's like a health-related kind of product, I find news on other websites, like big websites, that are talking about that problem. Like, for example, a pillow, a cervical pillow. I have news on big news outlets saying the pillows are the reason people are sleeping bad, because they have bad, cheap pillows. So I just use those kind of news to explain why the pillow is good and it works. Not all the time, though. I have like this urgency call to action throughout all the website. You need to be very careful to not look scammy. So what we do is we try to offer something for free for the next 15 minutes. If you buy now, you're going to get something for free. We have actually physical products that we give as a gift, but you can actually add a book, e-book, or something digital. It's going to work as well. Then we use like simplicity. After all this text, all this information, we just use icons. How is this going to help your daily life? This is very important, how the product works. Not everybody realizes that, but use a GIF, very easy, few images. Your websites need to be not heavy, it needs to be like light. And put a step by step. How are they going to use that? Very simple. Like I said, you know, people don't have the same level of education that we have sometimes. Then we use some social proof with videos, and because we don't want them to watch the video, we use transcripts of the best highlights underneath it. They don't actually watch it, they prefer to read it. Then again, the CTA, because if they click on the CTAs, they're going to be thrown there, and that's where we introduce the bonus. That's like ClickBank style as well, but it still works. It's like very simple, like a yellow background. We tell them they're going to give a free gift if they buy it in the next 15 minutes. Explain a little bit about what I'm giving away. And it creates a little bit of reciprocity. So they watched the ad, they read the whole thing, they're there, and it's just a nice gesture. They're going to feel like you're giving them something back. And then the most complicated part, my partner says I'm not the best genius for bonuses because I don't know math very well. And he said that this makes absolute no sense, but let's not focus on numbers, okay? Let's focus on the whatever, like the idea behind it. So we usually create 3 bundles. It's either 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, yeah, or 1, 3, 5, depending on what kind of product I'm selling, if it makes sense. And then we try to make the first offer a nightmare, like completely. I put a promotion there, but you shouldn't even put a promotion there. Like the first option should be like, this is not worth it, not worth buying. The second option should be like the best seller, and you should make it stand out. You have to put it best seller. Our second bundle is the best selling bundle. We don't sell much of the first, we sell more of the second and a few of the third. The third is just to increase our AOV by like a lot. And one thing that I make sure to use is that the third bundle should have the best price, right? So I show how much per unit are they paying for. And I list everything they're going to get, like guarantee, if you have gift packaging, if it has something for free. Again, the same button. The same payment methods are very important. Like in Brazil, if you don't have boleto, they don't even want to keep going. Sometimes, it's not the majority, but anyway. Something to make it reliable. The guarantee, you be very specific on how they can get their money back. Guarantee how the shipping is. Today is not okay to exaggerate if you're going to, next day delivery if you're going to take a month. But just be sure that you make it clear. Then we use some authority. Again, a lot of people read the website until the end. So how many products we sold? We have usually big numbers, so it makes a big difference. Then we have some comparisons, like our product against the one that you can buy anywhere. Usually we don't pick products that you can buy anywhere, by the way. We usually sell stuff that you look at it and you say, where can I buy this? I have absolutely no idea. And call to actions till the end. And then FAQ, it's very important. The FAQ you grow with customer support later on, but you need to kill the objections that they have, and that was like the main point of ClickBank. From the 59 minutes, at least 20 was just killing objections. And then some reviews. What's the, like some pictures. We usually pick reviews if the product is solving a specific pain. I use those reviews of people talking about that, how it solved that pain in the beginning. And it creates social proof. Some extra tips. So the whole landing page should be emotion, logic, and FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear of missing out is very responsible for your conversion rate, so you should not look away. You need to think funnels, not only landing pages. We tried the whole e-commerce kind of thing. But we find that funnels work way much better, so it's a landing page, and then we have upsells, and then we have downsells. I saw, my friend was showing me the other day, the guy has like 11 upsells. It's genius. It increases your LV using upsells and downsells, and in today's world, with CPCs getting crazy like they are, we need to have like a bigger average order value. Optimize it differently for mobile. Some people don't pay attention to it, but it's all that matters. The clicks are cheaper on mobile, so that page should be perfect. I don't even pay that much attention to the desktop. I designed all the websites on mobile first, then I'll check out the rest. List bundles, you can test that. List bundles from more expensive to cheapest. It varies a lot. We have a very expensive product. We did that, it kind of worked because it's easier to downsell than to upsell. You need to learn how to create an anchor. An anchor is usually like, this is not worth it, this is much better. There's a lot of pricing content on the internet. It's very important to read it. The presentation of the price, try not to use the money sign and cents to make it looks bigger, it looks expensive. Just use like 2 or 3 numbers and that's it. And small, not bold and green. Extra tips, don't offer too many options, you're just going to make everybody confused. Get rid of distracting movement and disposable content as well. Every time I finish a landing page, I read it again, and I'm repeating myself over and over. Delete. Create standing out call to actions. You can be creative if you want. You don't need to use order now. If your product allows you to use something different, try something different. And try using contrasting colors on the buttons. They should not be the same color as your website. Don't count only on Facebook. Think Google Shopping, AdWords, Display, Amazon, TikTok, Taboola. That helped us a lot. And I'm happy to announce that after 2 years of planning this, Mirella and I are finally launching She Made It. It's going to be a platform for female entrepreneurs. We're going to have content, we're going to have live streams and site analysis and that kind of stuff. We even have bigger plans for it in the future. And we're launching it like next month. So I'm very happy to announce it. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for the attention. What's happening?
Great. Thank you so much. All right.